In the summer of 1989, prepare yourself for the most thrilling, pulse-pounding adventure of the decade as the world's greatest archaeologist, Indiana Jones, embarks on a quest like no other. One that pits him against time, ruthless enemies, and a dangerous secret that has eluded mankind for centuries. The Holy Grail, the legendary artifact sought after by conquerors, kings, and mystics alike, is at the heart of this extraordinary journey. But this time, the stakes are higher than ever before, because Indy's quest for the Grail is no longer just a matter of history, it's personal. When his estranged father, Professor Henry Jones Sr., a brilliant scholar of medieval literature, is captured by Nazi forces in a race to find the Grail's power for themselves, Indiana is forced to confront a past he's long buried and a relationship with his father he's never fully understood. With his father's life on the line, Indiana must now navigate a deadly labyrinth of enemies, secrets, and ancient mysteries, facing foes who will stop at nothing to claim the Grail for their own purposes. Along the way, Indy is joined by his bumbling but well-meaning colleague Marcus Brody, whose ineptitude adds both humor and heart to the mission, and Salah, the reliable and jovial excavator from Cairo, whose expertise in the hidden corners of the world proves invaluable. Together, they follow a trail of clues that lead them deep into the heart of Nazi-occupied Europe, uncovering long-forgotten temples, crypts, and dangerous ancient relics, all while trying to stay one step ahead of Walter Donovan, an American businessman who has a personal stake in finding the Grail and is working with the Nazis in a quest for immortality. But the stakes are raised even further with the arrival of Dr. Elsa Schneider, a stunning and intelligent Austrian art professor whose motives are shrouded in mystery. Initially appearing as an ally to Indy and his father, Elsa's true allegiance is revealed as she seduces the Joneses, playing both sides in a high-stakes game of trust and deception. But is Elsa simply a tool of the Nazis, or does she harbor real feelings for Indiana? The line between friend and foe becomes dangerously blurred as Indy realizes that the greatest threat might not be the Nazis at all, but the very people closest to him. With Nazi officers, including the brutal Colonel Ernst Vogel, hot on their heels, the team travels from the deserts of Cairo to the dangerous ruins of ancient castles and forgotten catacombs in Europe, each new location bringing them closer to the Grail and deeper into a deadly game where trust is a luxury they can't afford. As the journey intensifies, the Joneses discover that the Grail isn't just a historical treasure, it is a test of faith. Only one who is worthy can wield its power, and those who are not will face a terrible and irreversible fate. In the end, the Grail's true power lies not in immortality, but in the ability to understand the balance between life and death, faith and greed. Alongside the terrifying Nazi forces, Indiana faces the ultimate test of loyalty and courage, where the wrong choice could not only cost his father's life, but bring destruction upon the world. As they make their way through ancient ruins, crypts, and secret tunnels, they encounter the enigmatic Brotherhood of the Cruciform Sword, an organization dedicated to guarding the Grail for centuries. Kazim, the Brotherhood's leader, warns Indiana of the dangers ahead, reminding him that the Grail is not a treasure to be taken lightly. Yet despite these warnings, the group presses on, knowing that with every step, the Nazis are getting closer and the dangers grow more intense. The Grail Knight, the ancient guardian who once drank from the cup of Christ during the Crusades, stands as the final obstacle between them and the Grail, and his challenge will test every ounce of Indiana's strength and resolve. Amidst all the peril, a growing sense of urgency builds, as Hitler's reign grows ever more powerful, and Indiana realizes that this quest could alter the course of history forever. But in the end, it isn't just the Grail they are fighting for. It's a chance to save a family, and perhaps even a soul. As father and son struggle to reconcile their fractured relationship, they must work together to confront their shared destiny and unlock the final secret that has eluded historians for centuries. In the most intense and action-packed moments of the film, Indiana races against time to find the Grail before it falls into the wrong hands. But the choices he must make are not just about survival, they're about redemption. With Nazis closing in, Elsa's true motivations in doubt, and his father's life hanging in the balance, Indiana faces one of his most dangerous missions yet. The heart-pounding final act takes the audience on a journey deep into the very heart of the Grail's chamber, where only the pure of heart can claim its power, and where every decision could lead to life or death. The truth of the Grail will be revealed, but it is not what Indiana expects. It will force him to question everything he believes, and in the end, the greatest treasure he finds isn't gold or immortality, but something far more valuable: family, trust, and the knowledge that the greatest adventures are the ones that test the very core of who we are. From the dusty sands of Cairo to the shadowy crypts of ancient castles, from the thrilling high-speed chases to the quiet moments of reflection, Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade is the ultimate adventure, a race against time, a battle against evil, and a journey that will challenge everything Indiana Jones believes in. This summer, prepare to join the world's most iconic adventurer in the quest of a lifetime, where every moment is filled with suspense, excitement, and the promise of discovery. Get ready for an adventure that will take you to the edge of your seat and leave you breathless until the very last frame. Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade, an unforgettable experience, a timeless journey, and the final chapter of one of cinema's greatest heroes.